What is up, guys? In today's video I'm going to be explaining you what tank to pick in which situation, because I don't think a lot of new players understand that each specific tank has a specific other tank counter. So we are going to start off by playing against the Roadhog. In your lower elo games you're probably going to see a lot of Roadhog. He's very popular in the lower elos, but I can tell you he is extremely bad in higher elos, and I'm going to show you why in just a second. Now, for example, you're attacking Iconwald, right? It's a hard map to push. It's a very tight choke, and you're playing against a Roadhog. The first thing I would pick is D.Va or Zarya, because you're walking here right now. You see the Roadhog walking as well. Like we're both walking, we're both shooting, and then the Roadhog just hooks a random Zenyatta from my backline, right? My first reaction is gonna be I put a defense, like the Zenyatta gets hooked, is standing right on the Roadhog. When I put my defense matrix on the Roadhog and he shoots, all the bullets are gonna be soaked by the defense matrix. So every single time the Roadhog hooks a target of mine, I just put my defense matrix on him and it does nothing. Look, like he cannot kill my ally, because every single time he hooks, my defense matrix is on him. Now another very easy counter is gonna be Zarya. Because Zarya basically has the same effect. Like, you can always save one bubble for when the Roadhog hooks a target. You can bubble your ally and you get instant 40 energy, and the Roadhog can't kill the target. Also, the good thing with Zarya is you can literally just walk in the Roadhog, and if he starts shooting you, like it's just like he just soaks so much damage. You see? Look at my ult battery. Like, it's going up so fast. Like, the Roadhog can't do anything against Zarya. Zarya is like a really strong counter as well, depending on the rest of the enemy team. Like, if the rest of the enemy team is like a Junkrat or people who have a lot of spam, I would definitely recommend Zarya. And you can go D.Va if you want to go and have more access to like high ground or to the enemy backline, you know what I mean. Okay, let's move on to the next tank. Okay, so the next character is gonna be D.Va. Now, D.Va, her strength is basically she has a lot of mobility, she does decent damage, and her defense matrix. But the problem is against Zarya, what is she gonna block? She can't block anything. Like, okay, D.Va try to kill me. You see, there's no chance for D.Va to ever do anything against Zarya, because basically, if they have a D.Va, you can literally just walk in, kill the D.Va, up, she's baby D.Va, chase her down, dead. That's how easy it is to beat a D.Va with Zarya. So if you see a D.Va, which is a very strong tank at the moment, you just pick Zarya, and you can literally just walk at her, and she cannot do anything. As you can see, like, there's nothing she can do to kill you. Like, she doesn't do enough damage, especially when you have, like, healers behind you. Okay, let's move on to the next tank. Okay, so the next tank is Zarya. She seemed very OP in the last two rounds, right? But the thing is with Zarya, she thrives if I damage her, look, and she uses her bubble. I'm gonna give her energy, and she will just instantly kill me. Like, there's nothing I can do. You see, like, I can't beat her in a 1v1 like this. But what happens if I do this, and I go on her backline? And if she tries to kill me right now, I'm on her backline. Like, what is she gonna do? Zarya has people shooting in her back. Meanwhile, I'm on the backline. I can just jump away again on another squishy. Like, Zarya can't keep up with Winston. Winston can just ignore her. Like, her bubbles become basically useless. Because you're on multiple targets in the backline. Like, who is she gonna bubble? Like, okay, you bubbled the Zenyatta. Okay, I'm gonna go for Ana. You know what I mean? And you just ignore the Zarya. She's not gonna get any energy. And you can literally just jump over her and pretend she's not there. And the rest of your team will definitely kill her. Because she's, like, separated from her team. Like, I'm on the rest of her team. They all have to fall back. And the Zarya is there alone with 4 people shooting at her. Unless she uses bubble, then we don't shoot at her, of course. And yeah, so Winston is the best counter against Zarya at the moment. Let's move on to the next tank. Alright, so now I hear you think, how do you counter the Winston? So if you see an enemy Winston, people who are very useful against the Winston is someone like Roadhog or Junker Queen. But I really like D.Va for the next reason. When the Winston jumps over me on the backline, let's see what happens. Like, the Winston can't do anything. He instantly has to jump back against the bridge. He has to instantly jump back to safety because I pressure him too much. Like, let's see it again. Let's see it again from another angle. Like, I'm shooting here. I'm holding position. The Winston jumps over me on the back line. Like, instantly, nothing he can do. No? It's really hard for Winston to do anything. And, like, if they're diving with multiple people, I can also use my defense matrix to keep my team alive while I'm killing the Winston. I'm also CCing him. Like, it's very hard for him to do anything against D.Va. So, if you're playing against a Winston who's just diving on your backline, just killing everyone, you can instantly just pick D.Va, chase him down like the dog he is, and yeah, it's a very hard counter. Okay, you can also do this with Roadhog and with Junker Queen, because they have a lot of melee DPS. So, for example, if the Winston jumps over you and he lands here, you can just walk here with Roadhog, hook him, and try to one-shot him. I think D.Va is better than Roadhog in general, so I would use D.Va. But you can also use Junker Queen, because like even when he's mid-air, you can spear him in his face, pull him towards you, melee him, and like chase him down with your shotgun. So, yeah, I would recommend playing D.Va against Winston on high elevation maps. But you can definitely try Junker Queen and Roadhog as well. Let's move on to the next tank. Now, for the next character, Sigma, what I like to play against Sigma is Zarya. Like, it isn't optimal, but I feel like Sigma just really isn't up to par to the other tanks. So basically, Sigma has a lot of power in his shield, which Zarya can like easily melt when she is high energy. Now, the biggest thing is Sigma has this rock he throws, right? And what you can do is just shield yourself and just chase him down. Like, Sigma has a really hard job in killing Zarya because his DPS output is so like burst. You see, like it's very hard for him to deal with Zarya as well. But Zarya like isn't for nothing, I think, the best character in the game right now. So basically, I don't feel like Zarya specifically counters Sigma very hard. I just feel like I even feel like Winston could do a better job because he can just jump over him. But I feel like Zarya is just really solid to just contest him because he just can't do anything against her. Like, he doesn't have enough damage. That's just it. He doesn't have enough damage to kill her. So you can basically, against Sigma, you can basically either go dive with Winston and jump over him, or with like Ball or something, or you can just go Zarya and just, yeah, straight up kill him. Okay, so the next tank we're going to showcase is Reinhardt. He's probably the most popular out of everyone. The thing is with Reinhardt, he doesn't really have hard counters. You can just play against him in different ways. So it's the same with Sigma. If there's like a Reinhardt holding, you can go dive and jump on any backline. But the thing is, Reinhardt is pretty good against dive because he can just swing his axe around in the backline and he will, yeah, do massive damage. Now, what I like to play against Reinhardt is D.Va. Because basically, there's like a lot of time there's a Moira and a Reinhardt, and they're gonna throw their Fire Strike at me. And what you can do is just always defense matrix it. Basically negating half of Reinhardt's damage. And also, it's kind of hard for Ryan to do anything against D.Va because he's just gonna hold his shield up, and what you do is just this. Like, you just bully him. You know, like you can really just break his shield easy, but you just bully him. Like, and if he starts swinging at you, you do way more damage than he does to you. And you can always, like, reposition as well. And the Reinhardt can't reach you. And, yeah. You just defense matrix all his shit. But I feel like Rein on specific maps, like, what is it, Gibraltar, or like King's Row, or like even Eichenwalde, he's just very strong in general. But I feel like if you would want a tank to beat him, it's probably gonna be D.Va. Okay, so the next character I want to address is gonna be Doomfist. And basically, what I have to say about Doomfist is, this is my main from Overwatch 1. I played like a shitload of hours on him. I think my most played character is gonna be Doomfist, then McCree, then Genji. And this character is so dog shit, it's actually insane. So basically, it doesn't matter what you pick against Doomfist, you're always gonna have a good time because he doesn't do any damage. Like, I cannot kill this Rein. It's impossible for me to kill this Rein. If I use everything, like, I just don't do damage. The Rein is 100% gonna kill me. Doomfist just doesn't do anything. He is not tanky at all. He doesn't have any damage. So basically, why would you pick Doomfist over, for example, a D.Va or like a Winston? For Doomfist, please just wait for buffs because he just feels really, really, really useless right now. Okay, the next tank is gonna be Ball. Now, the thing with Ball is he isn't used a lot. I feel like if you're really good with ball, you can basically make him work against every tank. Because, for example, Ryan is standing right here with his shield up, right? The thing is, you can just do this with ball. And go for the backline, start shooting, causing mayhem, and roll away. This is basically things that ball do. Like it's kind of hard, honestly, to deny ball with anything. The only character I can think of that, like, should be really strong against ball is going to be Roadhog. Because when you do this, and you fall on the ground, the Roadhog is going to know where you're going to land. So I feel like the only character that's actually efficient against ball is going to be Roadhog, but I don't feel like it's worth it to go Roadhog specifically to counter ball. It's probably better to go something like a Zenyatta or people who can actually kill the ball when he's going for the backline. I don't feel like it's the tank his job to deal with ball, because ball is kind of a cheese character where you can just go through anyone, go on the backline, survive, and just like dick around. That's basically what ball does. Like, what is the counter to this? Like, no one's gonna kill you. Okay, now I want to go to the last character. Okay, so for the last character is gonna be another Winston counter, in my opinion, Junker Queen. Junker Queen is a really good aggressive hero. Like, she can just speed in with a Lucio, and she does surprising amount of damage. But the thing what I like is, for example, I'm defending and the Winston is attacking. Now, for example, the Winston wants to go on my backline, right? So he's gonna jump on my backline. And what I do right now is, like, okay, my team is taking chip damage, like they're taking AoE damage. So the first thing I do is use my shift, giving them all movement speed and shield to run away from the Winston. Then what I can do is dagger the Winston, pull him to me, and melee him. And look at the burst damage I did to this Winston in like one combo. So what I did was protect my team, pull the Winston away from my team, and then slice him as well. So basically this character did nothing. Now let's do this in real-time speed. I'm shooting. It's very hard for the Winston to actually do anything, because your damage output is way more than no, your shielding is actually way more than his damage output. So I feel like Junker Queen is a really good hero to do this with. And also if you're going like offense, so for example, they're standing like a Ryan here, what you can do with like combo with Lucio here. Say Lucio, okay, we're gonna speed, you just shift, speed your entire team, go for the backline, hook is a Yatta, one shot him, one person down. It's just very strong. But I feel like Junker Queen has a few counters though. The first counter is gonna be Zarya, because every time you try to swing someone, Zarya can just shield it. And also a very big counter to Junker Queen is gonna be Kiriko. Because when you use your ulti, you can basically anti-heal everyone. And that's so broken. But the thing is, Kiriko, her little cleanse grenade can stop this. So basically, if you're playing against the Kiriko, it is not advised to play Junker Queen. Yeah, I think I covered every single tank character. If you guys have any more questions about certain matchups or like different maps, feel free to reach out in the comments. I do read all of the comments. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a blessed day. Peace.
Get in line, yeah. I've got 8 bad bitches, but my bitch down. Everything I do is going south. Why do I bring these toxic bitches to my house? Keep on telling me I'm fine, yeah. Get in line, yeah.